Hello, hello. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's see. I don't really remember how I start these. Maybe I should have checked my old video. But hi. It's been a while. Main reason being kind of like said a lot of stuff in the last three videos. So I was like, can't really think of anything else I want to say. Maybe I'll just wait a little while and see if stuff happens. Funny enough, stuff did happen. It's crazy. So anyways, where did I leave off? I think I remember. I think I was talking a lot about my job, relationships, stuff like that, um, which was fun. Cool stuff to talk about. Uh, hmm. Now, I don't really have a lot more like job stuff to talk about, but I think there's some stuff I might have left out. I'll start with that with my job. So in case you don't know, and for some reason you're starting at this video because I might have advertised it or something. Uh, I worked at Canes. Still technically do. We'll get into that, but pretty much. I think me and like three or four other people are who I would consider, and also like some of the managers would consider really good at their job. And I guess we were in like line for being promoted to like a higher position, which is really close to manager. And that was that, right? I think I'm pretty good at my job for sure. I think I put in the work. I'm motivated. Uh, this isn't an interview, but you know, and a lot of my friends were too. And honestly, I was just happy. Well, okay, to be fair, I was trying to be like I was a little competitive. I was like, I want that position, but I'm happy if a friend of mine gets it as well, obviously, because I'm not a horrible person. But but I really want that position, so you know, I'm rooting for myself first. Anyways, though, uh, I mean, my friends are fully capable of doing it too. I know that for a fact. So that's why I wasn't gonna slow down. Um, Anyways, though, that all situation got put to a stop. Here's some big news. I don't know if many people know about this. If you follow me on Instagram, I did a couple stories on it. Like I posted on my story and I did updates. I was like, okay, here's what's happening. Pretty much. Okay, let me make something clear. I might easily mention this to somebody if they ask me, like, hey, what's going on? Like, I'll tell you, no problem, because I personally don't really mind it. Like, I've talked about in past videos where I like dealt with a lot of emotional things, like mental problems, just things that was really difficult for me. And I think after all that happened, a lot of the things that happen nowadays, I really don't see it as like such a bad thing. Not because I'm like, oh, I'm glad it happened, or like, oh, this is cool, like it's a good thing, but it's like it just doesn't really matter to me, like enough to make me like upset or sad or like dwell on it too long. Because I think at this point I'm kind of like, cool. I mean, here I'll tell you what it is. It's cancer, specifically in my left eye, which could seem very scary. It's close to the brain, could spread to the lungs, which I have asthma already. Imagine that would kind of suck. But yeah. So being told this, I was kind of like, okay. I mean, I guess at the moment I kind of feel a little nervous, only because the hospital I was in is super cold, and usually I'm like shivering, so gives off that vibe of being nervous. But I don't really like mind it too much. I mean, I think after everything I've gone through with just going to therapy a bunch of my life and just mental stuff, like it didn't really affect me. I was like, I've learned to be positive. I've learned to be a very optimistic person. That's not to say that I'm like, oh, he's choosing not to care and he's not going to take care of himself. No, no, no. That's a different thing, okay? I'm not like that, right? I've learned to be optimistic and happy, but also on top of that, just learn to make the most of my life and just be the best me that I can be. Sounds very cheesy, but it's just, it's very easy to follow. Uh, it's very simple and clear, like a goal. Um, so yeah, I mean, hearing this was like the main things I think about when I heard it was just like, how's this going to affect me going to work? Because I like my job and I want to keep working. I already lost hope. I was like, nah, hearing this, dude, I'm not going to be able to go back to work. And that promotion that I was so close to getting, oh, I'm not going to get that. But yeah, that kind of sucked. Um, Another thing I was thinking about was, well, this is going to be expensive. How are we going to be able to pay for this? My family's not super well off. We do our best, but my mom struggles a lot, so I know it's going to be like hard. So I was like, damn, this is going to be so annoying, all the expenses. Like if I could just, you know, obviously I know I'm not going to be able to like, not that I want this, but I'm not going to be able to be like, mother, like, don't worry about it. Like, I mean, it's cancer, but like, obviously not going to say that. Um, Again, the third thing is my mom. She gets very worried, as mothers do, and you know, I'm just worried, like, cause she gets super stressed out. She already deals with a lot of like medical things in terms of that, and I'm like, damn, bro, like, she's gonna get super stressed out. Um, I'm gonna do my best to not seem stressed out, cause I'm not. Like, I wasn't really stressed out, because I think in a group of people, if like one or two people are like very stressed out, it like makes everybody stressed out, cause like, why is this person? It's like it kind of groups try to match each other's vibe. That's why when people are like, "Oh, this person's a bad move," it ruins the entire like vibe of the group. So I was, gonna do my best to look positive, feel positive. I did feel positive. I don't know if I looked positive, but um, and I was just doing my best to like tell my mom like, "Hey, listen, it's cancer. Like, come on, it's not that bad. Like, I'll be fine. You know me. I'm a strong individual. I've been through much worse, at least in my eyes. I think I didn't really worry too much about like physical issues, uh, in terms of like, oh, I broke a leg or something. Dude, I've broken so many bones in my body because I was so prone to like hurting myself in the past, not on purpose. Like I fell. I was very active and I was just dumb. Um, and then yeah, it's just how that was. But I was just trying my best to make sure she knew that. I was like, I don't mind. Don't worry. It's like if someone was trying to reassure me that I'm gonna be okay, I was trying to reassure my mother that I'm gonna be okay, which was me the entire time. Obviously, she didn't take it well. She was scared for me, which is fair. Like, I'm not gonna be like, no, stop feeling sad. You know, you're not allowed to feel these feelings if your son gets cancer. That's kind of messed up. But I was just like, listen, it's gonna be okay. I'm not worried. We're gonna get through this. Um, I'm gonna do my best to take care of my body and make sure I get through this, so you don't have to worry. That's what I said. Because what else am I gonna say? Um, it's the best thing I could do. But yeah, I mean, hearing this information was just like, I mean, okay, this is an obstacle in my life. Uh, I really just want to be able to keep working. Obviously, that won't happen. So yeah, with the promotion and stuff, I was really bummed out. It was like, you know, having a dream just kind of shut down because of a medical issue. Uh, Sounds weird. And like my dream was going to Canes and being a manager. Okay, mainly just like I just really wanted to. I was so dead set on being a manager. I was so excited about it. Uh, I was like, I'm gonna work my hardest, and I was. Like I was doing my best. I was asking managers for tips. I was like, listen, how do you do that so well? I would learn from them. I would do it like they did it, you know. And I would like there was one point where there was a manager who no longer works there because they left, but um, she was like, she asked me, hey, do you want to do a competition? Because she saw, because I learned from her how to do, like how to work the fryers like quickly and efficiently. Um, and she's like, hey, do you want to do like a little competition, see who's faster? And let me tell you, I was so excited, but also so nervous because I'm like, oh my God, I'm finally gonna like, you know, teacher becomes a, or sorry, student becomes a teacher type deal. Now listen, I went fast, right? It might have gotten like a little bit messy because I was nervous and I might have, missed a little bit, but I was still fast. I think I was 10 seconds behind her in terms of like finishing 40 pieces of chicken in the grill, mixing it up, making it look nice. Placement into the grease, so it's not all jumbled up. It's just perfectly flat. Like I was good. It's just my time was a little off. But that was like such a great experience to just go against my teacher, my mentor, uh, and and try to compete against her. It was great. But yeah, everything was going great, and then that's kind of like shoved a wrench in my plan. My doctor was like, "Hey, like, so you probably won't be able to work for like um a while." Uh, because they said that what I had in my eye, like there was a tumor in my eye. They did me surgery, cut it out, and it was really weird. Uh, Too much information, TMI. I bled from my eye a couple times, a lot of times actually, and it was really annoying. But I still went to work before like the whole surgery and stuff, and before they found out what it was. I went to work um, with my eye like bleeding, but it was under like a bandage and a bunch of stuff that obviously would cover it. Uh, it wasn't that bad in the past, to be fair. But yeah, I went to work with pretty much like an eye patch. I was a pirate, okay, but I still did my job. It's kind of like funny to me that I still was able to do my job well, uh, good enough, or like I think I did good with like limited depth perception. Like I could have easily stuck my hand into the fryers on accident. I got close a little bit, but kind of rough. But I still wanted to go to work. I do genuinely enjoy my job. The people there are amazing. But yeah, so yeah, the doctor was like, "Listen, we've only had like three people, come in with this issue, and the success rate of, by the way, they wanted to start me on chemo or remove my eye. Um, you know, very extreme option on the left side. Um, but they said, if it gets worse and they don't make a decision quick, could spread to my lungs, could spread to my brain. I could die. Those are extreme scenarios, and it's either like you gotta remove my eye or try to chemo. Obviously, what they said was the chemotherapy was a 50-50 chance. Like it was a flip of a coin pretty much because I guess either it doesn't work or it does. Uh, just the way they put it, they were like, we really don't know if it'll work, because not many people have had it, and we've like only one person it didn't work, and a couple other it did. So it's like there wasn't much to go off of, pretty much. So I was like, I mean, I'd rather not lose my eye, but I'd also rather not die. So I'll do chemotherapy, see what happens. Because if the chemo doesn't work, then it's like eye removal time. But and there's also a chance like it just gets worse while I'm doing the chemo, and it takes a while to do chemo. Um, so they're like, yeah, I mean, it's a risk. They're both a risk, but if I'm gonna remove my eye either way, I might as well try the chemo, right? That's not true because like if I spend a lot of time doing chemo and it's not doing anything, then it spreads somewhere else, and then kind of not doing good other places. Um, Either way, again, I wasn't really too worried. I was like, listen, let's just do something, right? Let's not that I wasn't thinking about it. Obviously, I'm thinking about my options, but I asked a few people as well, um, a bunch of people. Finally, I was like, let's do chemo. There's a chance, and it's all about positivity. If you believe it'll work, it'll work. What's the thing about people being positive during times of crisis, and then people who are usually positive do better in terms of getting better health. I just thought about that. I was like, okay, let's do our best. So yeah, I mean that all happened, and then I'm on it right now. I mean, I've been doing it for like a few months. No, like 2 months, maybe three. What month are we in? I think 2 months. Two. Okay, listen, I don't know. Couple months. Okay, and in about 3 weeks, I have one more before they do another like MRI scan on me to see if it's like helping. So I guess that's when they'll tell me whether or not I'm doing good or not. So we'll see. Hopefully, we're chilling, not too worried. But yeah, so I haven't been able to go to work because of that. Now the thing is, if in the 3 weeks before they tell me if the chemo's working, if it does work, right? Well, I don't really know what's gonna happen if it doesn't work. Guess we'll see. But I know what'll happen if it does work. Pretty much, this is just the start of my treatment, and I was really bummed out to hear this. Like this is the part that actually bummed me out was that I was excited because they were like, "Oh yeah, we're about to finish. You know, you're gonna do your final one in a couple weeks, and then you're done." Or they didn't say that, but they just said your final one. And I'm like, and then in my head, I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm finally gonna be able to go back to work. Finally work at Cane's, make some money. You know, make some money moves. Hopefully, do my best to become manager and all that fun stuff." And let me tell you, when my mother was like, "Yeah, like your first part is gonna be done. You still have a lot more treatments to do." Like, I was so sad. I was like, "Come on, man." Pretty much, this could go on for another like 6 months, uh, almost more than half a year. So I might even already turn 21 in February by the time like still doing this stuff. So like I get it, like don't rush the process, gotta be healthy before anything else. Obviously, I know that. But like, come on, man. This is annoying. Like I'm just annoyed by the fact that this is like, there. Um, Not too much like what it is, just like it's inconvenient to me. Sounds really weird to talk about it in that sense, but it is. It's just as simple it is. I'm a positive person, like I don't mind too much, I know I'm gonna be fine, but it's just like I had plans. Oh well, I'll wait now. Because most of the time I'm just spending it at home, I do my best to. I'm surviving off of like some financial benefits that I was able to acquire because of everything going on. The cool thing is I don't have to pay for my healthcare for reasons. Excuse me, I just burped. Anyways, so I'm like doing fine. I also decided to work on myself. Here, this is the next part I wanted to talk about. Um, I started working out because I want to look and feel better overall. Personally, I think my physical appearance is like meh. Like, not that I'm not confident in my person, but I just don't like it. Like, um, I don't consider it to be physically attractive, and I'd like to consider myself to be physically attractive. Um, you know, a lot more. I want that definition. I want to see some changes, and I want to weigh a lot more. Right now, for the past, or not right now, but like before I started working out, for the past like 5 or 6 years, like no cap, on a stack, I've weighed between 150 and 155 constantly, always, and I'm 6'3". That is like super close to being like underweight or just like not healthy, right? Um, but since I started working out, I've learned different ways of like bulking, eating a lot more and just doing my best to increasing the amount of calories I take. It's been rough for sure because I'm trying a lot of different ways of eating while also working out. And one wrong move will make me have like the worst stomach ache, and I'm just like, okay, I can't work out, but I need to. Um, but yeah, I mean, now I've been seeing a lot of constant uh 157s just down the board. Just every time I weigh myself, it's like around 157, above 155. Like I've been so happy. I'm like, yo, this is great. I'm doing good. My goal is 165. That's like a perfect like goal. Like that's just where I want to be, which is a lot, but that's where I want to be. Because I have a very fast metabolism, so it's really difficult, and I also don't have the biggest appetite, so that's super difficult. But I've learned like different tips on how to get there. I've learned what to eat, what not to eat, which is good. But it was also difficult learning what not to eat while starting my workout journey. You can imagine the stomach aches, the headaches, the oh, no good. But I think I'm doing a lot better. I'm like learning, I shouldn't eat. I can't have like a protein powder every time I consume protein powder with something, it just kills my stomach. Like I don't know, it just kills my stomach. I can't use it. It's annoying for sure. It's like a little bit of handicap, but it's fine. It's a work. I can work around that. That doesn't matter too much. But yes. I've also been, I wanted to document my journey because every time I worked out, I didn't really like document to see some changes. So I've been taking like weekly photos. So far I've got 4 photos every week, so 4 weeks. Um, I've started working out like a month ago, so it's been like a month, and I'm doing just at home workouts, because I have weights and stuff, but it just feels weird. Uh, I'm just trying to prepare my body, and then at the end of this like week of working out that I have left, I'm gonna start going to the gym and changing, just improving as much as possible. Because I learned that I should be increasing like a lot, just what I'm doing. Like, okay, last night I had like this horrible headache. My stomach was also killing me, mainly my head. And I was like, I need to work out today because I didn't work out the day before, and I have to work out 5 days a week, um, which is what I've been doing. But I was so close to just saying, nah, I'm not gonna work out. I'm just gonna eat. I just need to make my head feel better. And then I did like a couple standing push-ups off like my kitchen counter. I'm like, you know what? That didn't feel too bad. I'll try working out. I got like halfway through my workout because I finally decided to, and like I was dying. I was like, no, this is horrible. And then I thought to myself, like I genuinely got frustrated at myself because I almost decided to give up right there and say like, okay, I'll just do 3 for today and tomorrow I'll do full out. But no, I got frustrated. I was like, listen, what's the point of me going this far to just decide, nah, this is too difficult, or like I'm not gonna push myself. I'm like, yeah, I'm working out for a reason. I'll get to that reason in a sec. But I'm working out for a reason. I'm not just gonna give up right now. Like I genuinely got frustrated myself for just even thinking about not finishing the workout. Like I was shaking while doing a bunch of my workouts, but like I was like, I need to do this. It's like a point I need to make across to myself that I can do it, you know? Um, and I'm not about to give up. Because I like I say a lot to friends, to myself about like, don't give up, do your best. It's just about going for it. And if I don't, you know, uh, do what I, tell to others and to myself, it's just kind of like, what's the point? Like I'm saying, what's the phrase? Um, I'm just saying a bunch of words without like, actually doing stuff, and then it just loses its value. So I just wanted to prove to myself in that moment, and I did. I finished it, and I felt great afterwards. I was like, yo, this is wonderful. Obviously, I took some Advil because my head was killing me, but um, I felt great. And then this morning, I was like, okay, I'm chilling. Like my body does not feel super sore. It's a good sign. It's just it was all in the head. Like sometimes when I can't eat something because my stomach hurts, it's because my stomach is like kind of empty. So I eat something even though like my mind doesn't want to, but then as I'm eating it, like my stomach is feeling better and I want to eat more. It's like that whole thing. It's like all in the head. I'm telling myself I can't eat anything, but in reality, like my body will be fine. Like just do that thing, which works um, a lot for a lot of the stuff that I try to do. It's just me psyching myself out or just my head being dumb. I don't know. I just have to go for it. But yeah, working out takes so much discipline. But I'm working on it. I'm doing my best. I think I'm doing pretty well. Haven't been spending too much time on the computers, just because I can't. Like my head will just die. Um, that's fine because I also go like out biking, and that's a lot better than spending it inside on my computer. Obviously, I still talk to friends on there, but barely. We're all busy with our own stuff. Um, cool thing about friends I wanted to share. Um, I only have a couple super close friends that I consider like super super close. The great thing about having them is we have like this thing that we've talked about where it's like even if we don't talk to each other for a very long time, we're still the closest friends, and that's great because then I have no worries of like being busy, and losing them as a friend or something like that because I know it's gonna work out. So I'm chilling. Uh, Having that like bond is really good and has helped me so much throughout me just spending a lot of time by myself because I don't really do too much. I spend a lot of time just on my own. Um, Maybe I text a couple people here and there. I've actually gotten into photography a lot because okay, there's another topic. Sorry, I get distracted. Well, the friend thing was done. Yeah, so I've been getting into photography, and the great thing about that is, I mean, it's a way to express myself. It's great. I do not like taking photos of myself. I'm gonna be honest. It's just I can't if I'm not holding the camera to take the photo, it's really difficult because I'm like I have a vision in my head, and if I have to set it up and put a timer every single time I go back and forth, it's so difficult. Like I'd rather have just like a model to take photos of. That's so much better because then I feel like I can express myself even better. Um, I did recently post like pictures of myself that I took at the park like at night because I'm part of this like photography group that has prompts every few weeks, and I wanted to submit mine, and that was the last day, so I was able to take some photos. I didn't dislike the photos. I think there was just one part that I didn't like, which is my hair. My hair gets super poofy and like big if I don't like style it and like wet it a little bit or whatever. So that kind of like I just don't like that. It's not bad, but it's like I feel like I could look better. But yeah, I try to do that. I just want to do a lot more with photography. I feel like it's really nice, and it's like a cool way to save memories. But yeah, what else? What else? What else? What else? Photography, working out. Uh, I had something in mind. I was gonna say. Right, 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 right. Why am I working out? I did say one of the reasons, like, because like sometimes I look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, I am confident. I do think I'm like average attractiveness, which is good, I think. What a lot of the main reasons that I try to improve myself is because I want to have a lot to offer, right? Like I don't like the idea of me just being like the average Joe who is okay at like a few things and that's about it. Like I want to be able to have somebody look at me and be like, that guy can do all those things and he's attractive. To me, that sounds great. Like I'm like, okay, I want to feel that in myself as well. I don't mind too much of what other people say. Let me be clear, but I care about what I think in myself and what I think in myself specifically. Okay, don't take this as I see this. I have to see this in other people. For me specifically as a person, I feel like I need to take all the potential that I have and put it somewhere to make myself like a great individual. You know, just keep improving myself. Right where I am right now is okay. I want to be better. Is all I'm saying. And so I started working out for the physical improvement and the health of my mental health because working out does improve mental health as well. Because going out, just working out, having more energy. I wanted to improve that part um, because I also thought physical. Like I want to be able to look in the mirror and be like, damn, bro, that's some definition right there. Because a couple of my friends I've seen, um, like on Instagram and stuff, like they look good. They've worked out and they're reaping like the rewards of the fruits of their labor. That's the word, and that's great. I love that for them. I want to do that too. But yeah, and then starting to do photography because it's like another part of me that defines me. Like I want to be. I've actually been super surprised. Now this can sound like weird, but like I I like the photos I take, like sometimes, most of the time. But I base it off of like what people, not me, think looks good in terms of like photography. Because I mean, I might think it looks good, but I feel like sometimes I don't know, I think that what I like is obscure sometimes, right? So I have to have a friend tell me, hey, like, does this look good? Like, I could feel that it looks good, but I have to like ask people, like, hey, does this photo look good? Because I don't know, maybe sometimes I feel like my eyes are just like weird. Like, bro, you think that looks good? Like, I know that goes against me caring about what other people think, but I think this only refers to in terms of photography, or like, because I don't know, I feel like my eyes are not attuned to be a photographer. So it's like I ask people who I know are photographers, and I'm like, yo, as a photographer, is this a quality photo? Um, just to see, because I'm trying to learn it, so I'm gonna ask a professional who I think is a professional, like, yo, like what are my chances that this is a good photo, and I know what I'm doing. So I asked them, and I was actually genuinely surprised because when I took a bunch of photos on my Instagram and posted them that I went like with friends to do like a flower theme, and a lot of people like liked the photos, I was like, yo, like for all the people who messaged saying like, great job, like I love that photo. It's cool. It's decent. Like thank you. Because I genuinely I don't know. Like I'm just like I look at them, I'm like, yeah, they're not bad. But then when people are like, yo, I love this photo, I'm like, really? Thank you. I will keep trying my best. Of course, it adds a little bit pressure for the next time I post because I'm just like, what if it's not good? What if it's horrible? And then I get surprised again. Like when I post the flowers, a lot of people liked it. When I posted my nighttime photos that I just took and I didn't really like, a lot of people liked it. And I'm like, yo, for real? Like, really? Because even I didn't think it was that good. But yeah, it surprises me every single time. I say every single time as if there's a lot of times. It's only been twice, but still. um, yeah, so I want to keep taking photos. I want to keep trying to improve. Like my camera is a hand-me-down from my sister because she does photography. She gave me this one. It's nothing too special, but I think it's more about like how you take the photo than really the camera itself. Uh, but I think in some cases, of course, a new camera will sometimes have an edge over the older cameras in terms of like the quality. But I'm fine with this right now. I'm like learning what I'm not able to do or what I am able to do or what I don't think works, stuff like that. So, we're getting places. Um, but yeah, so having hobbies, I've tried to, learn to cook a lot more, especially when I'm like bulking. It gives me an opportunity to cook for myself. I think I recently made a nice garlic glazed chicken, honey glazed garlic chicken. That's it. Said it wrong, which looked delicious. In my opinion, and it tasted great as well. So, if I can in the future be able to just know how to cook some things, that's great. I think I'm doing good in terms of that, building my portfolio as a person. What else? Yeah, just being more physically active. Uh, I think I'm a because I don't really have too many like goals in terms of like school and stuff. Just because like I don't need that much to in terms of money to be satisfied in life. Like I'm happy with just making a few memories with friends and chilling like that. Of course, later in the future it might change, but for now I'm like okay. Um, so if I can get back to work, that'd be nice. But I don't think I will for a while. Well, that's whatever. Um, but yeah, another reason why, like, okay, I'm gonna talk about what motivates me. Not a lot of things. The main things that motivate me are like, how to explain it? Also, I might say a lot of things. I ramble a lot. I hope I don't like contradict things I say. Just know like it's very situational, very specific. Some things might seem like they're contradicting themselves, but like maybe they're not. They work with me here. I'm doing my best. Okay, so motivation is hard. I think the main things that motivate me are, non-materialistic things. I don't really care too much about like if someone motivates me with money, because then I'll find a way to be like, okay, like do I really need $1 million? Like, let's be honest. I don't know how true that is, but I don't know. It's just hard for materialistic things unless it's like very exaggerated. Like, hey, I'll give you this mansion if you do this. Like, I don't know. I feel like most people would go for that. Like, it's a mansion, bro. I'll sell it, like, make some money, and then or live there, I guess. But I don't know. Like, it's just difficult. I think a lot of people struggle with this. Like, I just procrastinate with school in the past. It was just hard. I'm like, I didn't see a reason to do it. It was just weird. And that's difficult. Even like just having the motivation to begin doing stuff like working out. Like I kept planning ahead. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it this day. I'm gonna do it this day. I'm gonna do it this day. And then one day I finally realized like that's not gonna work. I'm just gonna do it now. Pretty much when the thought came into my head, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna work out right now. It seems so weird to just work out right now so randomly, but if I don't work out now, I'm not gonna do it like later. So I just started working out. Luckily, it was a Monday, so it was the start of the week, and I could document it perfectly. But whether that was on purpose or not, I don't know. It just seemed random. But yeah, if I kept planning, it just wouldn't have happened. I was gonna be like, okay, I'll do it Tuesday because Tuesday's a good day. It just feels right. So I just stopped going with what I thought felt right, and I just went for it, and that's how I started working out. Um, it was really funny at the beginning. I could barely do like a couple push-ups. Like I was done. Like my body was so not used to it. But that's fine. Like I started super super slow. Worked my way up after. Um, but I started, with that one week ended with like being able to do 10 push-ups. And I was like, okay, that's great. 10 push-ups is only one small part of my workout. But I'm just using it because it's easy. Um, and now where I am now, I'm able to um, I guess in sets work up to 60 push-ups, which is great because a lot more than 10. Uh, and the reason I'm gonna go to the gym now is because like I've reached like a very high point I think, and my body is more durable, so I can do a lot more. So I should push myself even further with like some equipment, with better like um, just routines overall, and hopefully improve a lot more. Because right now I just do like calisthenics workouts, push-ups, bicycle kicks, squats, stuff that just works with my body weight because it's really easy. But I feel like I can go further. Because then on top of that, I have to bike over to the gym, which is, great lower body exercises. So I thought I could do that as well. Um, you know, Bike over to the gym, work myself to the bone, and then bike back while my body's barely surviving being able to bike back. And that's a great workout. Get home, shower, and I'm chilling. So I'm gonna start doing that. But I feel like I keep going around what I'm trying to say. Yeah, motivation's hard. I just keep getting distracted. Motivation's hard, but okay. For a lot, some people might know me. Some people might not. That's obvious. But I throughout a lot of high school, and if you watch the other videos, I spent a lot of times in relationships with people, or liking somebody, just a crush, pursuing relationships. Because in my head, relationships are great, because they are. I mean, for one, you have somebody who cares about you. You spend a lot of time with somebody who you really like. It's just like, I don't know. It's a great deal. I don't know. I don't have to explain why that's great. um, a lot of things, a part of relationships are good, but I spent a lot of time in high school, even like months after high school, just hyper focused on that. Right now, I don't think it was okay. No, it was very stressful because I would spend a lot of time thinking about it and being like, okay, what's my next move? Um, who am I talking to? What are my options? That sounds weird. Don't take it the wrong way, please. I'm not a horrible person, I swear. I might have been in the past. No, not horrible. Horrible is a strong word. Anyways, I was like, what do I do now? Maybe this person, maybe this person, maybe that person. Oh, this person likes me. Oh, cool. Do I like them? Give a shot. Uh, and I spent a lot of like time just basing my goals off relationships because I'm like, okay, I think I need to work on my confidence levels for this girl to like me. I think I need to work on my hairstyle for this girl to like me. I think I need to work on my clothing style for this girl to like me. It was a lot of my motivation. I'm not gonna lie, it still is, but it was an unhealthy like motivation at the time. Let me explain. Because I would, only have that so that, I'd make some decisions that were kind of like, okay, dude, like relax. And it would make some activities that I would do, like go to dances, very stressful, and I wouldn't enjoy them as much. Because if I'm at a dance with a girl, right, back when I was in high school, like my confidence was, I was working on it. Okay, I was working on a lot of stuff mentally. I was working on a lot of stuff just in terms of social skills. So when when I was at a dance with like a girl, I was like, yo, like, should I be with them like most of the time, all the time, sometimes, a little bit of the time? Should I let them have fun? Should I let them be with me? Like, what's going on? Like, what's the move? I overthought everything. I would think, oh, there's a slow dance coming on. When's the slow dance coming on? Do I have to dance with them? Like, I don't know how to dance. Like, what am I supposed to do? Um, and I would just keep going back and forth, and I wouldn't even be like fully enjoying the whole vibe of the dance. Like, I think there was one time where I went with somebody who wasn't really like, I wasn't dating them. It was just like I did go with someone, but I didn't end up staying with them. And that one time, I felt so good. Like the amount of stress that I did not feel compared to the other times, like or the amount of stress like that could have been there if I went with a date. Oh my God, there was no stress. I was dancing, I was having fun. I didn't care where that other person was. I was doing great, right? Sure, there was some like little stressful points where like we did meet up and I was thinking about a lot of stuff. But when I wasn't with them, like not focusing on a person while I was at the dance. Oh my God, I was having so much fun. Like it was crazy. And just thinking about that, every other time I went with somebody, it just again, all that stress. I could not like of course I enjoyed it, right? I'm not saying like it was horrible the entire time. Like I did have those moments where it was good, because I'm not gonna like, you overthink too much, but I did feel like a ton of stress just because of that specific thing. And that's just a fault of mine, just because that's how I was. I wasn't used to a lot of things. I was still learning. Um, I will say, being in a lot of relationships set me up pretty well. Like I learned a lot of stuff. I feel like if I wasn't in relationships, oh, I would still have problems now. I'd probably still be that guy who people usually don't like because they're still in their high school phase. It wouldn't be good. um, but I improved as a person a lot because of relationships. I won't regret that. I don't regret that. But I'm just pointing out why a lot of stuff just didn't work. Um, but yeah, so I would base off of my motivations off of just wanting to be better, a suitable partner, let's say, for another person. Um, I was still working on like being okay with myself at the time. So that was like it had a lot. It had like more priority over me caring about myself, which was not good. I think a lot of people had some points like that, but yeah, after high school, I think I had two more relationships, three more, um, two, I think, one really big one at the end. But okay, this is I'm sharing a lot about myself. Anyways, I don't really mind. I like talking about myself. Couple months ago, I think around, mm, yeah, like okay, I guess a couple months ago, dude. I don't know how that's like, cause this sounds weird. A couple months ago, I finally just, I went through a lot of stuff in terms of social, like friendships. Um, it changed a lot of the ways I feel about friends, what I want in friends. Um, and it just like opened my eyes a lot more. Um, and a couple months ago, I finally decided, okay, I need to learn to be okay with myself. I need to stop pursuing people and pursue a better me. I need to just focus on myself because okay, I went on a lot of dating apps because it was fun going out with people and just going on dates because it was just like I got to go out. It was just fun, right? It was enjoyable. Some relationships kind of worked, some of them didn't. Um, obviously all of them didn't because I don't have one right now. But I'm just saying, like it was just a fun time, just meeting new people because I always enjoy doing that. But again, I still went on a lot of dating apps often, right? Spend a lot of time thinking about that. And then it's very draining for sure going on dating apps because if stuff doesn't work, it's like a rejection. I don't mind rejecting too much, right? But it accumulates over time and it gets rough. It gets rough. You're just like thinking like, am I really good enough? Am I not good enough? Like you got to think about the ones that worked, or else you're just gonna go into a depression where it's like I'm ugly, I'm unattractive, my personality sucks. Luckily, I didn't get into that point, but I thought about it. I'm like, what am I missing? Because I'm a very picky person. So I mean, I know a lot of the stuff relationships I've been in could have gone on so much longer, but me being the picky person that I am, or just person that I am, decided to end them for a lot of reasons, and because I just wanted the best for myself. So they didn't work out. But I just finally decided, okay, I'm deleting all those, deleted all my accounts, deleted the apps, stopped pursuing in like any way possible. Got away from social media as much as I could, deleted or archived all my photos, social media, just kind of like remove my presence from that area, which is where I spent too much time. Uh, and for the longest time, I was just like okay, it was difficult to get used to, for sure, because like 6 years of just focused on that, I brought myself back pretty much, and I started focusing on myself. I'm like, I need to. I talked about this earlier. I need to improve myself. I want to be the best me that I can be. I do care about the relationship stuff, but for now, I'm just gonna not go for relationships. I'm just gonna focus on myself. And when I decide, after I've reached my physical goals, mental goals, when I reach those goals, I will get back into doing all that fun stuff. But for now, I'm not gonna go towards it myself. It's not worth. Because I had to talk with my friend. They're like, why don't you just do both at the same time? Improve yourself and do that. And I just thought, well, here's my reasoning why not. I won't do that. If I go for somebody and I am the way that I am right now, I don't believe that I am uh, as attractive. I'm going to use the word attractive as much as I want to, but attractive means like, it could mean personality wise or physical or looks, whatever. But I don't think I am as attractive as a person as that I want to be. I don't think it's impossible, but that's why I'm reaching my goals or trying to. But anyways, if I tried to do that both at the same time, let's say I find a girl who I am. Now this is gonna sound like really weird. I'll explain afterwards, hopefully. But let's say the girl doesn't like how I am now, and I know you're gonna say like, oh, she should like you for you. But listen, man, like I wanna be able to be with like a nice honey and be like, hey, yo, we're both units, okay? Like as cheesy as it sounds, couple goals, they're both perfect. Like look at them. Like oh my god, tens out of tens. I wanna look good, feel good. I wanna know that the other person is just like, yo, I'm proud this person's my, and that does stem a lot of insecurities of mine, in some ways for sure. But nonetheless, I just want to be the best me that I can be for myself and for the other person if I decide to go back into that whole thing. Cause like, it's still important to me. All right, that's just who I am. I just like, I want to be able to share my happiness with other people, right? And a relationship's a perfect way to do that. So that's still me. But I'm just not gonna let it run my life as much as I did, because that's stressful. And like I haven't felt so good in a while, like energy wise, mentally. I found new ways to deal with my anxiety, that I didn't think was possible, and it's great. Like I feel like I'm at a good point, and I don't want to ruin that by going back into my old phases of not taking care of myself, thinking I can just get by, and lying to myself about you know like because to me it just sounds weird to settle with yourself, like personally. I don't want to settle. I can be better. I'm gonna be better, and that's my goal. Uh, like I wanna look more defined. I wanna, you know, be happy as much as possible because I have a strong like mental because I've been working on it. I want to be able to, you know, have a better appetite, look and feel good. It's just easy as that. Um, so I'm working on myself, and that's it. That's not to say it. No, never mind. Never mind. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna just do my best and um, keep improving as much as I can. Uh, like right now, I'm standing in my room. I've been standing this entire time. I'm wearing a sweater. It was hot earlier, or it was cold earlier, so I put on a sweater. But now I've been dying. I'm literally sweating right now. This is horrible. But I don't want to ruin the mic quality by taking off my sweater. Anyways, though, I do also try to go out. It's fun. Like I'll go out whenever someone invites me, just 'cause it lets me get out of the house. Um, uh, other than that, I kind of just stay inside, work out a little bit, maybe go on a bike ride 'cause it's a good workout. Maybe I have to go pick something up. I'll ride my bike. I will ride my bike everywhere, or as I like to say, drive my bike everywhere. Apparently, that's wrong. Anyways, also, um, rather than using the word fire, I'm trying to use the word glazed. Because glazed sounds great. Like, dude, that's pretty glazed. Use that instead, please. Anyways, um, but yeah, hey, I appreciate a lot of you guys. Like, it just feels good to know people are like, you know, liking the stuff I'm doing, whatever it may be. Uh, I mean, maybe I should clarify that thing. Okay, like it's hard. Okay, I explain a lot of stuff and I contradict myself a lot, but it's just because it's hard to explain things. When I say like, I don't care about what people think. People say that a lot during high school. They're like, I don't care, I'm confident in myself and all that fun stuff. Like, I think that is used incorrectly. Like, I think it's more like obviously it's very situational. Like, if someone says, "Hey, I like your hair," obviously I care about that because I'm like, "Thank you. I like my hair too." um, but I mean it in the negative way, where it's like if people say, like, if they're like have it out for you and they say like bad stuff about you, I usually won't care. Like, I don't let negative things get to me, is what I'm saying. Obviously I care about the positive things. I look at, I still do look at the negatives because maybe it's just like some of them might be true. Because okay, because like the word, okay, specifically, obviously, I care what people think, but I don't let it negatively affect me. Um, in the way of like, oh, this dude has a clear insecurity about people caring about what he thinks, or I mean, care about what people think. Like, let's be clear, that's what I mean when I say that. Like, obviously, I care about it. Like, bro, I'm gonna take your words and I'm gonna think about it. But I'm not gonna let it be like, okay, I'm not gonna go outside anymore because this guy said when I go outside, uh, I something bad happens. Like, I know that's exaggerated, but it's like, in terms of just what people say, I'm not gonna let it stop me. Um, because like I want to do something. I'm happy doing it. I won't let a little bug come by and be like, "Hey, buzz, buzz, you suck," and let it affect my day. I try to be optimistic. Uh, I took my friend's motto that he uses in life, PMA. Um, I almost forgot what it means. Give me a sec. I'm stressed out. What's it mean again? Positive mental attitude. And I try to follow that as much as possible every single day. Um, yeah, that's just, it's a good thing. I like following that positive mental attitude. And I tell that to my mom, I tell it to my sister, I tell it to my friends. I mean, my friend told it to me, but I tell it to other people. It's just a good thing to follow. But yeah, let's see. Anything else I want to talk about? To summarize, I'm gonna keep working out, keep working on my hobbies, uh, keep doing my best to make new friends, and after I reach my workout goals specifically, then I'll go back to playing my hand at finding a relationship because then I'll be oh oh so You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I still like that stuff. It's fun. Meeting new people is always great, no matter the situation. Well, that's okay. I guess. Ugh, dude. I like how anything I say is just like, okay, if you overthink it, obviously meeting some people is not good. But you know what I mean. I don't gotta explain that. Hopefully. Um. But yeah, I don't know if I'll make another one after this. Cause listen, I just make them uh, depending on how much information I have for the new one. Cause this took, how long has this video been? 51 minutes, and I've pretty much already caught you up with everything that I've been doing for the past like since the last video. Uh, these are just about my life. I'll catch you up when something comes up that's worth a hour long video, I guess. um, so if you ask about it, just know if you ask me 2 weeks after, I'm just gonna tell you, listen, all the things that happened in 2 weeks, I worked out and I ate food, and that's about it. So I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, hey, look out for my I'm gonna be posting photography stuff uh, as often as possible. No, whenever because like I said, I'm part of a group and they have themes every like 3 weeks, every 2 weeks. That's around the time when I'll be posting a new something new because I want to keep up to date with the prompts. Um, also, if you're interested in photography and you've made it this far in the video, let me know. I can talk to my friend about adding you to the group because we're just trying to build a big community of people who are chill and do photography and all that fun stuff. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think that's all I have to say. Hope you like this new background that I have on my computer. It's my favorite game that I've ever played. It's called Dishonored. I just love the art style. It just looks great. Like if I could have a painting of that on my wall, like hand painted, that'd be great. I'd be set. My walls kind of suck right now. I just have a whiteboard. Um, I don't think there's anything else that I've been doing or can talk about. Most of the stuff. I did buy like a bunch of new clothing. Uh, Donated a bunch of my clothes because I'm trying to change up my style. It's been super basic for the past like few years, so I'm trying to make it better. Um, Reorganized my entire room. It looks super nice. Obviously, you can't see it, but just take my word for it. Uh, just trying to be more organized. Have a nice space. It's your space. It's your area. Sorry. What else? I think that's it. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed. It's been nice talking again. Hopefully, you didn't forget about me. Uh, should I advertise this on my account? I don't know if I really want to. Maybe I should. Nah, I'll post it and then I'll advertise it later, like a day later. No, I don't know what I'm talking about. Also, I need to work on my ability to save money. Anyways, yeah. See you later. Thanks for watching, listening, uh, all that fun stuff. All right, goodbye.